Try to get a medical update on him as we go along.
Wrestling and Recovery. Please send something out and then you tell during the event. Are you guys ready for your next match? So the next match is a singles event scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
All right, a heavily promoted singles match on the way. All right, so here we go, Chris Cage, Sebastian Cage, Anthony Gangone. This one's sponsored by our good friends at Wrestling and Recovery. And of course, Sebastian Cage, unfortunately, out here with Henny Blanco himself, El Jefe Miguel Sosa. It's just disgusting. Sebastian Cage, of course, in cahoots with Miguel Sosa. And Miguel Sosa's drinking on the job. And he's supposed to run the place. And you don't find anything wrong with our general manager coming out here with an alcoholic beverage in his cup.
What? I don't know what you're talking about alcoholic beverage. How do you know what's in his cup, Al? Were you backstage sniffing in his cup?
I smelled it when he walked by.
Get out of here. You're not smelling nothing from all the way over here.
You really couldn't smell that when he walked by?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what Hennessy Cognac VSOP smells like?
I didn't smell anything.
And here comes Anthony Gangone. Again, this match brought to us by our friends at Wrestling and Recovery.
Let me tell you something now. You want to talk about highly anticipated matchups. You want to talk about a match that can possibly steal this here show. Well, it has just come on deck. Anthony Gangone, Sebastian Cage. Who is going to... there have been a lot of people leading up to this match that are calling this the possible show stealer of the night, baby.
Well, it very well could be. Sebastian Cage, of course, flanked by his drinking buddy, his good friend Miguel Sosa, who's supposed to be impartial and the boss here. Up against one above all, Anthony Gangone, who's prepared for war here. Heavily anticipated matchup, heavily promoted matchup. And you can tell that's an alcoholic beverage in that cup the way he's slow sipping it.
I can't tell absolutely anything from from all the way over here, Al, and I am not going to allow you to make me an accomplice.
You really can't tell that it's Hennessy in that cup.
You are not going to make me an accomplice to your defaming the name of our general manager.
Somebody give that man a breathalyzer. But anyway, the bells sounded. Anthony Gangone, Sebastian Cage.
You keep talking like that, you're going to be getting a pink slip.
I'm the best announcer on this side of New Jersey, all right?
That's right. Just so happen to be sitting next to the best color guy this side of the East Coast.
That is correct. Here we go, Gangone, Cage. A match for the ages here. A match that a lot of people on the internet have fantasy booked over the years.
Absolutely.
And we're bringing it to you in the project.
Absolutely.
Whoa, swing and a miss. Nice Hurricane Rana by Sebastian Cage, the lit superstar. One of the greatest to ever do it out of the state of California.
Both men going to be pretty evenly matched here. Whoa!
And another Hurricane Rana.
Sebastian Cage turning it up and lighting it up real early in this matchup right here.
And you can see the cockiness from Sebastian Cage.
The boss, General Manager Miguel Sosa, telling him to keep his eye on the ball right here. Oh!
Anthony Gangone told him to stop, and I'm surprised Sebastian Cage actually held up.
Ripped Sebastian Cage's head off right there with that clothesline.
I'm surprised Sebastian Cage hasn't been decapitated.
Both men coming out. This is the only first couple of minutes of this match out, and both men are pulling out absolutely all the stops. Early, textbook, beautiful, picture-perfect dropkick by Sebastian Cage.
And if Sebastian Cage gets hit like that again, Miguel Sosa may need to start drinking some more. Nice German suplex that time. Turned Sebastian Cage inside out.
Sebastian Cage looking like he landed a little gingerly on that knee with the suplex. Gets sent 360 up and over the top rope.
Anthony Gangone in control here.
Anthony Gangone, you know, we know him to be a very, very, let's just say creative individual, for lack of a better term. But tonight, not coming the way I expected him. Not coming, showing, and projecting the attitude of being the one above all. Much more focused, much more serious Anthony Gangone than I personally am used to seeing.
And Anthony Gangone has never been a showman nor entertainer. He's just a straight shooter. He'll hit you and keep hitting you until until he defeats you.
And as we mentioned earlier, as I mentioned, Sebastian landing a little gingerly on the knee. Might be an issue there.
Yeah, he could be. He's favoring that knee there. Wait a minute, and Miguel Sosa jaw-jacking with Anthony Gangone. And, wait a minute.
Oh, come on. Come on,
Miguel
man.
Sosa just spit that drink, just splashed that drink into the face of Anthony Gangone. It had to be alcoholic beverage because it burned him.
What? It could have been apple juice. You know, the citrus, you know.
Apple juice.
And that burns too, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, and a tope suicida from Sebastian Cage.
Sebastian Cage seeming to shake off that bum knee right there. The aches that he was feeling on that for that tope suicida.
Well, I don't think the knee was really injured because referee S.P. Anderson went to tend to him, and that diverted his attention.
Very good observation right there.
Yeah,
Smart wrestling strategy by Sebastian Cage.
So that
is what you're
Miguel
saying.
Sosa could spit that, whatever that alcoholic beverage is, in Anthony Gangone's
He
face.
was just trying to clean the face of Gangone because Gangone
Clean
got a little
the face
dirty.
with alcohol.
And I don't know.
Oh,
Again,
come
you
on.
keep claiming that that's alcohol, and that remains to be proven.
We should give this man a breathalyzer. Sebastian Cage getting in our senior official S.P. Anderson's face here.
European uppercut.
Oh, look at that. A high five. That man is supposed to be the general manager of this company.
He is the general manager of this company. It just so happens that Sebastian Cage is his hand-picked representative on the roster. Is that a problem?
Yeah, Big Cuzzo's the hand-picked representative too, right?
You know, it's funny. Up until tonight, I don't remember you ever having a problem with Big Cuzzo. All of a sudden, he gets linked up for 5 seconds with the general manager, and you're a turncoat.
Yeah, it must be great to have the boss in your pocket, huh?
No, it sure is. I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, you would know. But anyway, Sebastian Cage springs the ropes. He went for that cutter and got a forearm to the back from Gangone. Back body drop no good. Cage lands on his feet for a neck breaker. Sebastian Cage now.
Wait a minute.
A running shooting star press. Sebastian Cage, a tremendous athlete.
The classic red star press right there by Sebastian Cage.
An ordinary man can't pull off a maneuver like that.
Absolutely not.
And now Miguel Sosa arguing with the senior official S.P. Anderson. And now Miguel Sosa barking out orders to go to the top.
That's right, directing traffic. He knows exactly how his superstar should win matches, how he wants to see him pick up the win. But the mistake right here is that Sebastian Cage might be taking a little bit too much time to get to that top rope.
He is taking too long because Gangone was able to pop up. Super kick right to the jaw, and I think I saw a tooth fly out. And Miguel Sosa has confirmed it is a tooth. Oh! Overhead belly-to-belly suplex into the turnbuckle, right into the corner. And you can see Sebastian Cage grabbing at his head.
And that's because Sebastian Cage was taking a little too much time to pay attention to the fans over at ringside. He should have stood on top of Anthony Gangone. He would have had the advantage.
I don't think it was the fans at ringside. I think it was Miguel Sosa barking orders.
Well, Sebastian Cage needs to focus up here, because if he doesn't, Anthony Gangone is about to build on this momentum that he's building right now, and it's going to be lights out.
All those chops. This match sponsored by our friends at Wrestling and Recovery. And Sebastian Cage's chest needs recovery after all those shots.
Oh!
And a cutter from a Death Valley driver position.
This could be it here, Al.
Only a 2 count as Sebastian Cage kicks out.
Frustrating, starting to show on the face of Anthony Gangone here. Shaking his head. Look at him. He's looking at Miguel Sosa.
Anthony Gangone has the fans here in Union, New Jersey on his side. These wonderful people here at the Boys and Girls Club of Union.
Wait a minute.
Anthony Gangone, what move could he be going for? Sebastian Cage countered. Forearm to the mush. And both men apparently...
The fatigue setting in. Sebastian Cage exhausted here. What a double sledge. Did you see that? Old school style.
What is this? That's a signature maneuver from Anthony Gangone.
Wait a minute.
It's going to set up into a DDT maybe.
Oh my God, the back of the neck of Sebastian Cage being punished here.
And only a 2 count. Miguel Sosa, you can see how worried he looks on the outside.
Miguel Sosa definitely getting worried here, but Anthony Gangone also showing some frustration. He needs to keep it together. He's had a majority of this matchup here. If he stays on game plan, he could pull out the win.
And what is the game plan?
The game plan is to win, Al. Pure and simple. The game plan is to come out here and beat your opponent until he is unable to continue or until you pin those shoulders down 3.
And Anthony Gangone just asked Sebastian Cage the same question Dr. D. David Schultz asked John Stossel. Do you know what that is? An open hand slap. Not once, but twice. And a 3rd time. And that might hurt even more with that glove on. Whoa. The back body drop. Cage landed on his feet. Oh! And he just spiked Gangone on his head. And Gangone, how in the hell did he kick out?
I have no idea how Anthony Gangone just kicked out of that devastating Hurricane Rana, drilled him right on the top of his head.
Spiked him right on the top of his head, and Gangone actually looks dazed if you look at his face. The lights are on and nobody's home.
Sebastian Cage looking for some advice now, looking to see what's next from Miguel Sosa.
Wait a minute. Lands on that rope. The cutter!
Oh!
Spiked him right on the top of his head again. And only a 2 count that time. And Anthony Gangone, you gotta admire. There's no quit in this man.
There have been multiple times in this matchup, Al, that I thought Anthony Gangone was down for 3, and he is continuing to prove me wrong and continuing to prove his resilience here tonight.
A lesser man wouldn't have kicked out of that. But as you notice, Sebastian Cage, slow to get back on Anthony Gangone. That could be to his detriment.
And you know, one thing I've noticed from Sebastian Cage here tonight is that he has been very nonchalant in his attack. Hasn't been applying the pressure to Gangone, and that might cost him.
And it looks like he might be going for a sliced bread. He didn't. Back on his feet. Pulls him down. And no, not going for the pin attempt.
Uh-oh, he's saying it's over.
Miguel Sosa
That's
barking
Spanish
orders.
for it's over, in case you didn't know.
Thank you for the translation.
No problem.
Sebastian Cage taking too long. This could come back to hurt him. Shooting star press. And you might as well change his name from Sebastian Cage to Rembrandt because he got all canvas on that one.
I'm literally speechless right now because of the risk that Sebastian Cage has taken in this matchup. Multiple times, he has made my heart jump out of my chest.
And wait a minute, Miguel Sosa, he's on the ring apron. He's got S.P. Anderson's attention. Wait a minute. Miguel Sosa went to go spit that drink in Anthony Gangone's face. He got Sebastian Cage
Oh, wait a
instead.
minute. Wait a minute. We know what this is. That is it right here. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Gangone has to go for the cover. Please go for the cover right here.
Pin. Wait a minute, Gangone. That's his signature move. Usually that's the end of the match.
Look at me.
He's telling Miguel Sosa to look at him.
Look at me. Oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's going for a submission.
Wait a minute. What?
Sebastian Cage is already out. And Anthony Gangone making a statement. He didn't want to just pin Sebastian Cage. He wanted to put him to sleep.
A message was definitely sent by Anthony Gangone here tonight, staring daggers into the eyes of Miguel Sosa. Anthony Gangone, no celebration, no smile.
Just taking
all
care of business.
That's right. And
What?
the fans here at the project respect him for it.
What a match, though, Chris Cage. Anthony Gangone comes in here. He sends a message to Miguel Sosa. He may just make the general manager's hit list.
You know what? You absolutely might be right. A hit list by the general manager is something I do not want to be on. Something that I tell you Mr. Gangone does not want to be on. But right now, I don't think he's thinking about that because your winner, the one and only, Anthony Gangone. Somebody needs to check on Mr. Cage here.
I want to know what he was drinking because whatever he spat in